First, my name is Kenneth Bird. My company is Black Series Edition LLC. We are over in the office, of course, our commercial environment, and we are showing off our Magsonic 50 lumen projector, 720p. And this is a 600 by 800 res SVGA projector. Somebody, I don't know how they did, but they thought this was a laser projector. No, this is not a laser projector. It's a LED projector with a DLP, kind of a hybrid kind of setup, but it's not laser in any way whatsoever. All right, so before we build this screen here, because I went and picked up everything needed to put the screen together, I wanted to show you some of the cool stuff this technology can do. So we have a gamer screen paint. It's dedicated for gaming. You can use it for other applications too, but it's actually strong points are for gaming. It is called our Apex Gamer. Apex Gamer right now is on pre-order. Thank you to the customers who purchased. The pre-order will mean that the product will be shipping on the 16th, but those of you who took advantage of the pre-order, you're getting free fire sticks. So that's just for pre-orders only, or the free fire sticks. Other than that, it comes with 16 feet of LED lights. All right, so we did this on the 2700 lumen projector. Over here, we just had the 2 pieces of cardboard coated with the technology. And we're going to show you some pretty cool stuff of what this stuff can do at only 50 lumens. Let's start off first with our star field, because the reason why is, let me show that star field first. And as you can see, easy. This is really easy because, you know, it's contrast level. Now remember, when you saw it over there, they look gray, right? This screen has, when I explain to people, when we do screens and it tints crazy light, and they come up a different color, but this paint actually technically is black, but it's not black. It has an interesting color to it. This is when we pop the container and we show what this stuff looks like. It's very interesting. So it's not your everyday normal black screen. It's very interesting. But we do have technology that has shifting capabilities, allows the screens to pick up darker levels. Like next to that, that's an actual black surface right there, keyboard, phone, all that stuff, as you can see. Now, let's go check out some white levels. 4K Snow Cottage screensaver. And there you go. That's how close that thing comes. And mind you, that surface is super, super dark. And that's how amazing the white levels are on this technology is. Of course, it's using our new technology, which is a heightener. Allows the screen to be able to read a very high white level without them going dark and becoming unwatchable. And that's only 50 lumen 720p 600 by 800 res. That's it. And you can see my projector is not sitting like right up here. We have it way back here. Beta fish, black background. That's heightening technology. A lot of screens to read higher white levels. So that fish, when it passes across our screen, not only can it read the black levels at a high rate, but on top of that, it can pick up the fish. And on top of that, produce better color than the white wall. And what I mean by testing, you have to know what you're doing when you're making darker screens or black screens. You have to know that. The white levels are extremely important. I see a lot of people trying to make darker paints and they'll show off a contrast. Someone says, look, big deal. Black paint will pour for star field. Cell phone will see a star field. That keyboard to pick up a star field. It's those white level balance is what you have to be to read. And you have to do this against white surfaces on low entry level projectors, because again, using a high powered projector, you cheat. You have to do it on low entry level projectors. The difference between the Quasar and the Apex Gamer is these particular technologies can read at 50 lumens, where the other screen paints we made, the advanced ones, they can pick up at 50, but their strong points were at 1000 on low lumen counts. That's why I said that when people make black screens and they put down 2,000, that's a cakewalk for our technology. 2,000 is nothing. It's too low. It's too high. Especially for a black screen, it's way too high. A black screen has the ability to absorb light. They have the best when it comes to ambient light rejection technology. They're less to fade out. If you got a screen rated at 2,000, that's really poor. They should be easy to read at 50 lumens with no problem. So that's why I said when I read through someone's specifications and it says 2,000, that's the mark. 3,000, that's the mark. I've seen some gray paints register saying that best you can do, basically the best they could do and the lowest you could do is 3,000. Oh, that's bad. That's really bad. And you should be able to read, if your gain's really good, you should be able to read at 50. That should not be a problem. Aquarium, fish. So when we test our technology, we make sure our technology is running 100%, that it can read its beautiful colors, so that blues pop up. Look how clean the fish pop up. The product has to be tested. People put a safe mark in there because they have a suspicion that their product is not going to do so well on low lumen projectors, and the screen may have all kinds of problems. That's why they put those high marks in there. It's kind of like a safety net. That's what it is. I like mine to run at 50 because you know why? I own 50 lumen projectors. That's why. Any projector I have in my arsenal, it has to work with our screens because I use them. But I can't believe I was sitting there staring at this wall with that 50 lumen projector. When I watch screens, I can see all the washout, color, contrast not pulling up. It's awful. That's why I can't do movie theaters. OLED demonstrations. I'm going to do something simple and easy. And consider this demonstration to be extremely easy. We see a lot of people doing this demonstration in really dark environments, and they go, "Oh, look at the No. You can't do contrast levels in dark environments. That's cheating. Can't do that. You got to be in a fully lit environment. If I'm a customer and I buy your product and I stick that in a fully lit environment, what's going to happen to my screen? That's why you have to be in a fully lit environment when you do contrast levels. Maybe it'll fake it there, but when the customer gets it home, they're going to find out. So again, if I bought this 50 lumen projector, Maxonic, and of course I used that white wall before we got our paint made. Yeah, that projector was looking absolutely horrible. This is what I should have been seeing. I'm gonna take some of these pictures too and put them on our website. It's a good, perfect example. That's why I explain to certifieds at the end of the day that if we can get 50 lumens to run in this environment, what do you think would happen if I hit my screen with a 5,000 lumen projector, which I haven't even done yet? I own those projectors and still haven't hit the screen with a 5,000 1080p projector. What if I use the same projector that they use in their demonstrations? What do you think would happen to our technology versus theirs? It'd be a slaughter fest. Pretty would never be able to withstand this technology. That's why I said that, if you want to get into the field of making your own screen paints, don't buy high-end projectors. You will cheat yourself at the end of the day. Don't do that. How do you explain that to a customer? If I got people coming in here and they see this setup, projector doesn't cost any money, screen doesn't cost any money, and you can see a massive difference between night and day. Now, if I got a $3,500, $5,000 projector in here, then that tells me, then they would ask me how much the projector is going to cost. When the projector costs you $5,000. That doesn't sound too cheap. That's why I like to use the cheap projectors. If we can get one of these old doohickeys to fire up, we can get anything work. 50 lumens. Blue screen. Blue screen. Not new screen. Did we stutter? Can we get it from blue screen, please? There we go. See that? That's literally how much color you lose off your projector. Use a ton of colors, especially if you got a white screen. I feel sorry people who have white screens. I've seen so many of them, so many, especially when I was down here. Amazing projectors, man. I spent so much money for a projector to try to fix that white screen. That white screen can't help you for jack. It won't run at 50. It won't run at 5,000. It won't run at 7,000. You see in the church in my promo demonstration, that's a 7,000 lumen projector that hit that screen and couldn't read. They don't work at all. And I know I get this all the time to go to forum sites, but my projector it doesn't have jack. You can't read it. Green screen. Purple screen. And this is what I'm going to be preaching when I'm out there doing my demonstrations. When we're jumping from site to site to site, we're going to expos. We're going to have these gray screens and white screens on display. We are right now engineering a gray screen paint to put against our own product. And I dare any of you gray screen paint makers out there, you're more than welcome to make that product and put it against your own on a YouTube live stream, which we do all the time. I guarantee you will not make it, because I guarantee you it'll match your stuff or come extremely close to it. And mind you, it's free. So you can't tamper with it. You can't do anything bad to it, because again, everybody's going to know what's in it. You're going to know you mess with it. But we're making it to show it then the fact that a gray screen can't even take our screen. Even if we boosted it, and if we make it more advanced in your product, at the end of the day, it still can't take us. And that's what we're going to do. Make an advanced version of a Digital One. And if you never heard of Digital One Crystal Screen Paint, well, that was a great screen paint that had a ton of backing behind it. It had a ton of support sitting on top of it. It's been over in Europe. It was plastered all over there. It had contracts sitting on top of it, and it sold for a great deal of money. A lot higher than 60 bucks, than 80, 90 bucks. It was like a $200-300 great screen paint. Easily sold. Because it was extremely good. It's better than what the stuff you have now today. We don't make it anymore, but I'm going to make an advanced version of that, because I want something. If I'm going to do a gray screen paint, what I'm seeing right now, I'm not trying to put anybody down, but what I'm seeing in gray screen paints now, you're not going to be able to compete with that. We have to engineer something to go against our screen. It's kind of like the scenario of one time we developed a gunmetal technology. When I developed the gunmetal technology, used it to take out all the other gunmetals, and then took our black technology and took out our own gunmetal. Yeah. And you gotta find things to do, especially when you're basically bored, because no one's challenging you at the end of the day. That's why I tell these people that are mad and upset and angry with me, curse and carry at the end of the day, make something. Give me a challenge at the end of the day. After a while, when I get caught up, I got to keep myself constantly busy with multiple projects, because if not, it starts clicking back in my head like, we need a challenge, we need a challenge, we need a challenge. That pops up in my head all the time. That's why I used to go into these rants when I be doing certified screens. You knock out so many certified screens. 17, we get them in, knock that out, knock this out, order screens from overseas, knock them out. And it gets to a point you start thinking, like, there has to be something out there. And certified screens, please start making black screens. Please, so we have something to test against. So instead of you naysayers out there crying and whining about my technology, challenge me. Make a decent screen, not that Series C crap at the end of the day. An actual serious screen. A real deal. Something at the end of the day. Because if not, after that while, and again, this is going to become boring to me. Going on site, showing the technology off. For some people thinking, yeah, it's good, you're making lots of money, but that's not enough for me. I need a challenge. And if you don't give me a challenge, what's going to happen is I'm going to design something really, really crazy at the end of the day, and I'm going to wipe everybody clean. You understand? I need a challenge at the end of the day. That's what I'm requesting. And the challenges are good because what it does is it basically makes people work harder, push better to make better products. And the customers, they basically get good products out of this. This is what I liked about the whole Nintendo and Genesis wars. I love that because these guys are going back and forth and they come up with the 32X and they come up with something and then they come up with something and then we benefit from this by saying, oh shoot, they got a 32X and buying that. Oh shoot, they got the freaking pad. Was it the pad you run on? The one you run the NES Gym pad you could run on and everything and do the whole track and field. Yeah, but really? Like, we ain't getting anything else at all, period. Don't even name it certified because we've been through them already. We've been through all. The only thing I haven't got my hands on was a carbon black. That's the only thing that we haven't been able to get our hands on. But other than that, and they made sure we couldn't get our hands on that thing. But I'm going to get one. I'm definitely going to get one. But anyway, because I want to put it against AdTech. But anyway, yeah, I mean, instead of sitting there crying and whining on camera, really make something. Not that crap at the end of the day, that Series A, because that stuff was crap. That Series A, Series B, whatever you call that stuff, it was crap. It was gray. How the freak do you paint a screen in and it's gray? It doesn't even have a real gain on it. I'm literally taking this guy for his company to court because he lied in specification sheets. Can't make stuff up. This stuff has to be real. I mean, if you're going to give me a challenge at the end of the day, give me something that's real at the end of the day. I don't want to make up games at the end of the day because we'll crush that at the end of the day. So, whatever. We'll see what happens if somebody comes up with something at the end of the day. And I get sick and tired of getting these emails from people that will contact me and go, oh, I finally got a product that can take you out. And I go, oh my goodness, here we go. Here's this clown. And go check out the email. And the video's sitting in a dark, high-powered projector. They'll open up a window, be a huge, massive curtain blocking any light hitting the screen. I'm like, oh my goodness. Like, really? I just got to a point. I just block y'all just from the door because you're not giving me anything in the day. That is not a challenge for me at all. All right. No, I'll give you some time. You got to the end of the year to show me something or I bring in an ad tech. And you know what ad techs do. And I will go through all of Amazon. I'll go through all of eBay. I'll wipe everybody clean. And then after that, we're done with it. Oh, my goodness. No challenge at all. Hope the certifiers copy what Diamond's doing. That'd be fantastic. Or if the certifiers start making black screens, oh, that's going to be the best day of my life ever. It's going to be the best day of my life. Finally, a certified black screen. Diamond got one, but they made sure we couldn't get our hands on it. Oh, yeah, they did. You can't actually get a sample of this thing. You literally have to buy the whole screen to do it. Yeah, and they're quite expensive. But I got some connections. I'll find somebody. We'll get it one way or another. We definitely will. But anyway, still, we need a challenge. Certified screens, elite screens, any one of you out there, please just make some black screen at the end of the day. Make some high tech. I know you guys got it in you. Make a black technology at the end of the day so we can have something to basically go side by side with. Because there's something we're engineering for 2025 called an Omega. And I guarantee you, bar none, if you ain't ready for this thing is going to wipe your path clean. The screen itself is physical light. You can't even sit against the screen because it'll wash you out. Oh, shoot, I forgot I got to build a bar light system for this screen. Oh, yeah, we got to build a bar light. I forgot about the Halo system. We're building one. We got to build this Halo system, which is going to be insane. Yeah, because I need a challenge at the end of the day. I don't want to look at that. Give me something. Kind of reminds me of Conan. You ever seen Conan the Barbarian, the one Arnold played in? You remember he basically went out and he traveled the world and he went and fought and he wiped everybody. He beat everybody and he just sat on his throne with all his treasures behind him and he was just sat there bored. Yeah. And then for those you want to sit there and say, well, you know, he brags all the time, blah, blah, blah. He thinks his product is number one. Then show me something then. What are you sitting there talking for? Show me something. I got matching betters sitting there. We literally have to launch matching betters. Flex, deny me not. So we can get somebody to spark off in somebody to make a black paint. I want to see better products. That's what I want to see. I want to see better products. You got people that will send us containers with labels missing. People that will shut down websites, put money back in our accounts. You see our track record? When we come to go get someone's stuff, you see what it is? Canceled orders, stacks of canceled orders. So bad that people curse us out in canceled orders because they can't back their products up. I've got videos, like I said, of people removing and shutting down their entire marketplace, locking shopping carts, removing states just to keep our technology from coming near them. It doesn't make a difference how much money we make or how powerful our company grows to be. I'm still going to be bored. I'm still going to want a challenge screen. One screen that beats my technology. This will be the best day of my life. I'm not worrying about losing. That ain't the thing. You don't understand. You don't get the big picture of it all. The big picture of it all is finding a technology that's better than mine. It's something that I can learn from. That's what I learned from Diamond Technology. Diamond Technology, when I first saw that screen, and it's funny because the first time I saw those demonstrations, I was absolutely fascinated by it because when he walked out there and he took that screen and when he moved it around in this little circular motion on that white surface, everywhere that screen popped up, everything popped up, blues, reds, greens, and everything. And then I remember when I was watching a bunch of his demonstrations, my buddy came and said, yeah, this guy's got a black screen. I was like, wait, black screen? Because at that time, keep in mind, dark gray screens were considered to be black. That's what they were. And I was like, no, that's not possible. Like, how in the world do you get light to come out of a black screen? That's not even possible. But how's that even possible? How's that? And it just baffled me because I just couldn't figure out. Remember, I was making light gray screen paints at the time. D5K and D6K didn't even exist. We were making light gray screen paint products. We were contracted. So I just couldn't get in my head, how was he doing this? But truly fascinated by the technology. So on my birthday, my buddy got me a punch sheet from Texas, from over there, from Dallas, Texas. And I came down to the store and he gave it to me. I said, well, how is he? He said, man, it looks just like a TV. It's like having a little TV in your hand. I was like, man, I just went down and got myself some Chinese food, took the sample sheet home, never ate Chinese food. I swore up and down I could take that screen. Got inside, put it against my first product, took it out, took out everything. Got this, got that, took this out, took that out. Next thing you know, I'm sitting in the middle of the floor with all my paints open, covered in paint because I'm painting different samples and putting against this product. It beat every single one of them. Every single one of them. And I thought to myself, this is the future I'm looking at. I have to change. I can't go in this direction anymore. I have to go in this direction. And that's what came to D5K, D6K, D4K. They popped up. And then eventually, I said, I didn't know Diamond was watching us. Screen Innovation was watching us the whole entire time. We didn't even know it. I didn't even know they were watching us. So one day they contacted us. Now, see, naysayers, you see what you can learn from that experience? I could have spent all those years hating them and cursing them and making false demonstrations about them and claiming their products were scams and all that stuff. And you know what that would have landed me? Getting sued at the end of the day. Yup. Messing around with their copyrights and trademarks and all that stuff would have got me sued and landed me in jail, like you're about to go through pretty soon. Instead of you learning from the technology and pushing hard to make better technology. That's what you should have been doing. But you chose to take another road. Now, because of what I've seen in Black Diamond's technology, it pushed me to work hard to make a technology equal to them. And then it got to a point where I thought to myself, I want a black screen. And here we go. We got a black screen. And through that black screen, all this technology from God was developed. You don't understand business at the end of the day. Companies, when they have these rivalries, they go back, these have these little things back and forth, they build each other up. You know, much crazy stuff came out of the NES versus the Genesis, all the different systems they made, different games and everything. And you missed the whole point of it. Now, because of your acting up and carrying on, you have suffered. You have been too far behind. You're lacking in technology. There's no way in the way you'll ever catch up to us. And I'm sitting here having this conversation with a 50 lumen projector, watching my screen knock out a white surface. Too far behind. You're way too far behind. Well, good thing the Diamond's got a black screen, because that's going to trigger off something. I know it's going to, even though we can't get our hands on it, but I do know for a fact that it is going to trigger off something. It's going to trigger off the other certified screens to make a black screen. Because they're going to have to now. They don't have a choice. They don't have an option. And we've been telling you this for years. This is going to happen. And I told you the day that this happens will be the best day of my life. Because that's what ad tech is being waiting for. We got technology sitting back and waiting already. We're future proof already. Whatever these screens design, we got something to take it already. But I still like to see black screens come up, because it's bringing a category of black screens. It basically puts the black screen on the higher pecking order. What is the contrast on this projector? Oh yeah, for the person who was asking, saying with the laser, he was trying to figure out how everything was done. He's like, it's gotta be a laser. I've never seen a laser projector that small. Not that small. I've seen laser projectors that are good, but never that small. That's a LED projector. That's a LED DLP projector right there. That's a 720p 600 by 800 SVGA projector. Only knockoff company that works with myself. Only one. Yep. I've had that projector for, I don't know, maybe like 7, 8 years. Had it for a while. Look how crazy that looks. But yeah, there we go. LG beta fish. I told you that the gaming technology or engineering, it's in the specification sheet. It reads at 50 lumens. I ain't joking about that. I put that in the specification sheet before we tested the screen, because we already know what it can do. Sony pinball. Yeah. Not the only one? Guess it is. Hope we get a better commercial.
You could be vaping formaldehyde, which is used in taxidermy. Yeesh.
I have no idea what that was, but that might have been one of the creepiest commercials I've ever seen in my life. Well, I've seen worse, but that's about close enough to it. And pretty soon, I got to get ready because I got a bookcase over there I'm going to take all this stuff off the desk. We don't need a monitor anymore, so we're going to put that someplace else. I know that we're going to put it at, most likely probably on this side, because I'm turning this whole entire desk into a projection screen. So I got a thin piece of plexiglass coming in. We're going to coat it with AdTech because we need it in here for what we need to use it for. Use a 50 lumen projector, and I'm going to have a screen that basically that I can write on, drag and drop images, because I got a special unit coming in besides that one over there that allows me to manipulate the screen. Allows me to write on everything. Oh, that looked pretty cool. Hold on for a minute. Come back to that. Come back. I'm going to see that whole Sony thing again. Oh, get back there. Get back there. That's what I'm talking about. Bam. Separate Sony. Bum, 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 bum. OLED demonstrations. The whole fishy. Here, fishy, fishy. I don't want to put a screen here now. I just got the boxes to make a screen here. And I really don't want to do it. I kind of like this whole setup here. But I'll get a bunch of pictures. Take some of the stuff down, clean up back there. This is all my stuff that's going to my storage unit right here, which I'm about to take down this week so I can clean that section out right there because I got all my stuff stacked in there. All my boxes for my PCs and stuff in there, and equipment, tools and stuff I have to take down and put into the storage unit. Can you do that? 50 lumens, that's it. And this technology has an invisible version to it. You know that any screen paint we develop, all of them have invisible technology tied to them. We can turn invisible if we want. Reason why we don't do too many visible screens like that, because again, they involve paint sprayers. That's something extra you have to buy, because right now the new technology, you got this front and rear. Majority, most people that'll pick that up is companies that we buying that. But it has other applications, or yeah, golf simulators and stuff like that. It can do easily convert inflatable projection screens, all kinds of stuff. Now the submersible part, I got people that have pools. You got a pool out front. You can't just stick any screen up there because then it runs the risk of getting mold, mildew, and everything else under the sun. When you have like a rear projection screen that's made out of plexiglass, you can stick your screen up there, put your projector far out there, put it in the outer box just in case, and you can hit that screen and poof, it'll come right up on the other. And nobody gets blinded because being a black screen and being rear, that means it'll block the projector's lamp glare. You'll just see the screen pop through. And your kids can splash water on it all they want because it's made out of fiberglass or however you want to make it, plexiglass. Yep. Now mind you, this background where this bottle's popping at, that whole background's supposed to be black too. That's learning how much you lose when you use a white screen. And if you have to go back and spend the money for a more expensive projector to fix it, you just lost money. Because you're only going to get a little bit of a hiccup. You're not going to get much of an improvement. The white screens have a purpose, and the reason why the white screens have a purpose is because they can be painted over, and they're cheap. They're cheap to paint over, that's why they have a purpose. That's interesting. It's like two sides of the coins for me. And at one point, I want to design better technology for my customers. And the other half, basically, I want to crush my enemies with this technology. Now, you have to defend your company. That's how it works at the end of the day. You have to defend your company. It's your castle, your kingdom at the end of the day. You're going to let a stranger come in and basically destroy everything you built your kingdom to be. Make your army strong, make them powerful, and anything that comes your way, you take it out. All companies work that way. But if you back down, when they come charging, you're going to have a lot of problems on your hands. Have to defend your company. You have to. It's one of the things you learn in business. When people are talking about, oh yeah, I want to start a business and everything. Yeah, you better understand the whole thing of what you're getting yourself into. It's going to be hard work. You're going to work every single day. You're going to work on the days you don't want to work. You're going to work on the days where you're sick. You're going to work every single day if you want your company to grow. That's what you're going to do. And you better be to defend it. You better know what your product is. You better know how to defend it. But if you don't, somebody just come in and just snatch it just like that. And you're going to have to be able to keep developing new technology because, again, as I said before, technology dies out. And that's what it does. You roll with it or get crushed by it. It constantly dies out. You have to always upgrade, always upgrade. And I got banned from so many forum sites, it wasn't even funny how many sites I got banned from. And it's funny because people sit there and say, oh, he's trying to sell his product. Trying to sell my product? I got 2 websites. I'm on multiple different sites as it is. Are you kidding me? Try? No, try is not a problem for me. And basically now I got an office, got a little warehouse, and a place we can drop our projectors at. I'm going to be on site pretty soon. And I got major contracts hitting at the end of this year. So, no, try is not an issue. Basically, the reason why we get banned off sites is because bottom line is that we conflict with everybody on there. You're selling gray screen paint on there, or you're basically talking about gray screen paint or whatever you're going to sell gray screen paint over there. How are you going to compete with a black screen? You can't generate in any of the environments we sit in. You can't challenge any certified screens at all that we work with. How are you going to take on a black technology? How would you even begin to even do it? Our contrast levels are far higher than yours. We can register white levels that basically you can't turn our screens unwatchable, which is not impossible. We have oodles of tests on our technology. It means you can back it up on every level, multiple projectors, surfaces, inside, outside. Heck, we can even dip in projector mapping. We can go in places you can't go at. So with that being said, gray screen does not generate a high enough contrast to be compete with darker screens. And then on top of that, consider the fact that its color balance completely gets thrown off. That's why you have to constantly calibrate those things all the time. You get a gray screen, you got to calibrate from the door because your colors are off. Can't read contrast, so you have to spend the money on expensive projectors with high contrast capabilities in order to be able to try to get close to one of these screens, and you can't do this. And you don't possess ambient light projection technology at all. So you don't really work well in fully lit environments, especially in what do you call it, in commercial environments. You can't function in there correctly. So that crushes your entire product line. That pretty much, if I go into a forum site right now with all gray screen paints and I offer to buy all your stuff right now to put you against my technology outside, will you survive it? No, you won't. You won't survive it at all, period. So that basically alienates that whole section. That's going for us. We can't go there. What about OLED TVs? Can we play around in there? So the OLED TV is a very expensive model machine. At the end of the day, it's very costly. But at the end of the day, that we can pick up the same contrast levels an OLED can. We can pick up an Infinity One Black because our screens are jet black. Doesn't cost us a lot of money. A customer who gets a 235.1 at 178-inch all black technology from us, it costs them under $500. If they want to go out and get themselves a 8K projector, that's about roughly about $7,000 to $8,000 right there. That's still far less than what you're going to pay for a 178-inch OLED at a 235.1. Are you kidding me? Do you have any idea what that TV costs? I know 100 inches is about 100 grand. So how much do you think a 235.1 would cost at 178 inches would cost you? I'm talking about not format, the actual size. So when we go in there, I say, yeah, you guys got that Stonehenge effect going on. Tiny TV and a bunch of speakers wrapped around it. We call it the Stonehenge effect. Once you get a 100-inch TV, and the first thing comes out, you know how much a 100-inch OLED would cost? Yeah, it costs a lot of money. Good luck getting that thing to the door. That's going to be an interesting part to watch too also. And then on top of that, little Bobby or Jane decides they want to have a matchbox fight in your living room, or anybody hits that screen, that thing is going to cost you far more to get that screen replaced than the actual TV itself. Yeah, good luck on that one. You know how it usually goes with the insurance and all that stuff at the end of the day. It does cover it, but it doesn't cover it. And that crap you got to go through. Yeah, much about it. And on top of that, I can go outside. You're taking a 100-inch outside TV? I don't think you are going to take that thing outside. Projectors can go anywhere from 24 to 300 inches. Let your TV try that one. Yeah, so you sit there and say, oh, it comes up sharp and bright. Black screens. We pick up your contrast. We can read your colors, everything. As a matter of fact, the AdTech technology did a demonstration next to a TV. And the Phantom can pick up next to TVs. And they can be painted in. So guess what? OLED, bye-bye. Gunmetal screens. Yeah, we already know the deal with this one. The whole purpose of the gunmetal technology is to produce a much darker contrast level. You can't compete against a screen that physically pulls black. So guess what? Bye-bye. Your screens cost $5,000. We can wipe out 17, 18 of those and knock them all out in one hit with no problem whatsoever. We can generate in fully lit environments. I can go from ceiling to floor to each wall back and forth, and you still couldn't even catch up with me. Yeah. So, again, price point and the fact that you're spending all that money for a $5,000 screen and you still can't reach the Infinity One. And then, I told you before, with a certified screen that's actually black, they are awfully expensive. If you thought the gunmetals were expensive, the black versions of that technology is way through the roof. Carbon black requires an 8,000 lumen projector. You have any idea how much money 8,000 lumen projectors cost? They're very expensive. There's no point in, when you get a certified screen, a gunmetal, it's going to cost you $3 to $5 grand. What company in their right mind is going to develop a black technology, which they know is going to be far more advanced than the gunmetal because it's going to pick up a much more 100% contrast level. The gunmetal can't read that. Who in their right mind is going to charge you less? Who's going to sit there and go, oh yeah, this screen was $3,000, but this one over here is $1,600 and it's black. Well, which one's better? The black one by far is better. But you're still charging $5,000 to $3,000 for the gunmetal. Yeah, you know, that don't make any sense. So they're going to charge you 10 times more than what the black or what the gray one's going to cost you. Yeah. Bum, 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 bum. That's how it works. That's what's going to happen. It's like, you know, you have white screens, right? Then they came up with the silver screens. The silver screens were a little bit more expensive than the white screens because they were a little bit better. So, again, they come with a dark gray screen. Dark screen is now a little bit more expensive because it's better than the silver screen. So there's no way in the world they're going to sit there and develop a black screen and charge you less, but they're going to charge you more money for the dark gray. Nope. Yep, hooray! So we can't go into farm sites. There's no place for us to go at all. And then we see the people and they're making black screen paints, and then we're showing us our tests of what we're doing, the match up to see what they have next to us, and they don't have they're not doing what we're doing. They're in the dark doing fake demonstrations or cutting corners. They're not doing any of our tests. We throw a couple of matching betters away. They don't respond back to us anymore. We go to buy their stuff. They don't respond back to us at all, period. So we get kicked out of forum sites because, again, at the end of the day, we challenge everybody in there. How are you going to compete with that our black technology we come in? Imagine an ad tech walking through there. An ad tech can read sun through sunlight. And you're basically doing a topic on ambient light rejection technology. And you're using ambient light controlled environments, and a screen walks in there that can read direct sunlight. That means that everybody who has an open forum on that, it all gets shut down. It shuts everybody down. Because you're making claims that, an ambient light rejection is considered to be your technology is the best. And you're all feeding off the same thing like ceiling light projection technology and all that stuff, And then screen walks in and can read FLE, something they never even heard of before. Fusion light energy comes in and says, hey, look, we got this technology over here that we can read through 100,000 lux of direct sunlight. Then what? So which is better? Is it better to get rid of the 30 that are talking about it or get rid of the one that has it? Get rid of the one that has it. That's why we get banned from sites. They're not ready to accept technology yet. But like I said, when we get out there and we start blowing up on this level, then they'll basically we don't want to be bothered with you. ABS funds, we don't touch with a 10-foot pole. And I went in there and did this demonstration on ABS forums with a 50 lumen projector, fully lit environment in the office. They would basically ban me for this. Because it conflicts with their site and their point of view and how they see things. So you have two options when it comes to technology. You roll with it or you get crushed by it. And that's the same thing when I saw the diamond technology. I decided to roll with it. Because that stuff would have definitely crushed me. Not a big fan, like I said, how they treated me at the end of the day. I really don't like that bully tactic they use at the end of the day. But I do respect the technology, I do. Very good job. Always been impressed by Diamond's technology. It doesn't just stop at one thing, it's always evolving into new technology. I would like to have a closed door just between me and him to see ad tech versus his product. I want to see it. Just for us, just to see. That's it. That's all that's important. Interested in doing business with them? No. We're good. We have technology that's on a different level. We're not interested. But I do like what he does. I like his work. I told you from the door, if this stuff didn't exist, if we never made any of this stuff, and I had a choice, people ask me, if our technology didn't exist, and I was going to buy a certified screen, it'd be a black diamond. I'd definitely buy that. I'd buy a Chrissy projector, and I get a black diamond screen. It'd be kind of hard between the daylight and the Dark Star 9, because the Dark Star 9 is a good one too. It's a really good one. Daylight has a good one too. All right, having fun with this 50 lumen projector. Usually if I go off topic, it's because I've seen everything I need to see and I'm pretty much in another world already. Yeah, that's what happens usually when I do these demonstrations. I've already seen everything. Screen's firing up. It's showing everything it needs to do. It's doing a fantastic job. So, I'm really basic about it. Just pass on and move my brain someplace else now. I'm like, please, I'm done, man. My brain is past that already. I've been done. Seen the movie, walking out the door, throwing away the freaking popcorn containers, looking for the car keys. I've been done. I get some pictures of this, go up on Facebook, do another video on there, do this demonstration on the 50. This is actually, these are really good projectors. It's the only knockoff that works on our screens. We've had them for years. And that's something we just are testing. You go to my YouTube channel, you type in that projector, it comes up. We had them for years. Had a projector for years. I had that projector since I was in the rented room. That's how far back. I like those projectors. I wish they would have made. They don't make them in big boys. They make them only in the Picos. They're the only ones that work on our screen. Next Sonic. Ugh. Yeah, we're going to start working on the Halo system next. We're working on the Halo system. Now, for those of you know what the Halo is, it's an actual, when we did in the garage, we had this light bar went over the top. So the Halo system wraps around the screen. It's an actual frame made out of light. So that's what's missing here, my Halo system. So any place we go, when we're out there, the Halo system is going to be attached to all screens. And when the ad techs come in, ad tech screens. Now the Halo system is a frame where we have a light inside the frame. Lights, all the lights push toward the screen. But the ad tech's different because the ad techs can eat that kind of light easy. So we have to make it a little bit harder for the ad tech. So the actual frame, I got a buddy of mine who's designing it. The actual frame is light. Isn't that going to be a kicker? Can you imagine I could basically turn off my my projector and stick someone's screen in there and watch it just disappear? That's how much light's going to be in that thing. I cannot wait to have my buddy design this. Actual frame is going to be light. It's going to be light on the outside. The light's going to be pushing on the inside. That's what I like about the Halo system. The light's on the outside. The light pushes into the screen. That's why you test your stuff on lights laying against the screen, lamps, all that stuff. You got to do all that stuff. There's no challenging it. If you cut corners, that's like cheating. When you cheat, it's like when you know. Let's put it this way, a better way to explain it. My mom got me a tank for Christmas. A tank, a toy tank. I'm a big fan of military weapons, so I like tanks. And she got me a remote control tank. You know what ruined that experience for me about that tank? I peeked. I went in and cheated. I went in the closet, I looked in, and I saw the tank. Now, I knew it was in the box. I knew it was in there. But I looked at it, and it ruined my Christmas because I already knew what I was getting. There was no surprise there at all whatsoever. And that's kind of like the same thing when you cheat yourself, when you cut corners at the end of the day. You know deep down inside that you're cheating. You know deep down inside your screen really can't do what you want it to do because you cheated yourself on that. Got to go through that nervous feeling of when somebody turns on the light or if a contrast level pops up and your screen may fail. I don't know how people do that at the end of the day. Don't cheat yourself. What's this? What you liking this commercial? Now you make a gray screen paint and yours works, best way to describe it, I mean, just say, hey, it works in a dark environment. It's best used in ambient light controlled environments. It doesn't pick up a contrast level. It picks up a darker shade of gray. This you are telling the truth in because that's the truth. So if someone basically has it in a well-lit environment, you can say, hey, look, I never said you can put it in a well-lit environment. I never gave off the impression that it can be used in a well-lit environment. But if you're coming on YouTube and you're opening up doors and pointing to windows and all this stuff, you're giving off misinformation to your customers. You're giving them off the illusion that your product can work in a fully lit environment, especially if you're trying to compete with somebody at the end of the day that specializes in that field. Because I don't see you bouncing screens off ceilings and all that stuff, and then they know. So you know. You're not supposed to do that. That's like, I think when people kickstart projectors and they do them knockoffs, tell it exactly what it is. This is a compressing projector. It doesn't read 4K, and it's a 1080p based machine. There you go. Instead of coming like lightning 4K capabilities with beautiful 4K picture and sound. Don't do that. Yeah, tell the truth. Here. Oh, let me get some other stuff I like to look at on here. Steampunk. No, we did that already. Anyway. No, I want to do can't think of the name. What I want to do. Oh, Cyberpunk screensavers. Wasn't a big fan of the game. Of course, they probably did much better. I may download it again. Just never really got a chance to play it because the game was glitchy as I don't know what. How the freak do you freaking stop your car and you end up halfway across the map? Oh, but it was fun. That's the reason why I bought it, because of the glitches. The glitches were absolutely insane. It was the most insane glitches ever. Like literally, you could springboard across the map. Car disappeared, and you're sitting there driving around. It's crazy. That's why I got it, because for the glitches. Yeah, but it's still a good game. I'm gonna get back there. They said they updated it and fixed it, everything patched it all up. I'm gonna go play it because it's actually one of my most favorite games. I do like the whole design of Cyberpunk, the neon. I love all that. Gorgeous. Like it's like when you had GTA 3 and then they made Vice City. Vice City was a whole different world, man. It was brighter, more beautiful, more polished. I loved it. I freaking loved it. I love Vice City. You know, the ending was more like Scarface, where the mafia comes in and they try to take all your stuff. You see your money start dropping real quick. Man, I love that, man. I do like GTA 3. And what I fell in love about GTA 3 is just the missions they gave. The missions were freaking amazing. I don't know how they think of them. I don't even know how they keep thinking of these crazy missions. Their missions are absolutely insane. Like the one they have in GTA. I remember the first one where you meet the guy 8 Ball, and you meet up with him, and the guy tells you, he gives you a job. He tells you that he got this guy down there at the docks selling smack with drugs to his girls, and you want him to. Sorry about this, people. I didn't mean to be violent here. He wants you to take a baseball bat. Gives you a baseball bat. You got no weapons. Gives you a baseball bat and tells you to go down to the docks and beat this guy with this bat and kill him. And take his car. Not only take the car, get it painted and put it back into his garage. Like stuff like that, I loved. Or the guy who basically, he was a witness for something and he was at a restaurant eating, and you got to take his car and get a bomb in it, and you got to bring it back, and you make any mistakes, the car will blow up with you in it, and you got to park it just right so he notices that it was not moved the entire time. See, that's what I'm talking about, crazy stuff like that. Man, those were good. They had the best missions ever. Now, I did love St. Rose. I love St. Rose. I did. St. Rose was good. First one, second one, third one went buck wild. They just went a whole different direction. I didn't know what was going on, but they had a good storyline for the first one, and the second one had really good, solid storylines. It was really good. But after a while, things just went off the rails. Other than that, yeah. GTA, man. GTA was freaking amazing. It is amazing. I'm curious what they do with this next one coming up. I'm curious how deep this storyline is going to get. Because the other one, 5, you got to play as 3 players at the same time. I thought that was insane. Like you come back, you come Trevor. I would have to say that is the best character ever. I don't know how they're gonna beat Trevor. Trevor is in a whole nother world. You ever come back to see what Trevor was doing? Trevor ends up in the weirdest places ever, not even clothed half the time. And then if you play like, if you got 100% on the GTA, you will notice that there's little tiny side missions in there as you drive along. There's people on the side of the road that you pick up that will tell you the craziest stuff ever, like the cult. You know what I mean? Trevor was kidnapping people and taking them to the cult. Trevor was an interesting individual. And you meet that crazy woman. You can bump in her with anybody. You just have to find her. She's at a certain time of the day. She's out there walking around. And you're beating her. She's a crazy woman that lives in a crazy house. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Norman Bates. She was kind of weird. She had voices and everything. Oh, man. I don't think whatchamacallit's the only one can pick her up. I think Trevor's the only one can pick her up. But you meet these weird people. And the other one that got me when I was playing as, was it Michael? I think it was Michael. I forgot the other one, guy's name. Anyway, I'm out there looking for somebody, and this girl runs up to me and she says somebody jumped her or whatever, something happened to her, and I go run in the alleyway and I get robbed. I'm like, what the freak? Really? This game is off the chain. Oh man, I love that game so much. I got all 3 endings. Did the first one, you know, because one of them tries to kill each other back and forth, and then the third one you see with the skull. And I hit that one, and that's when you basically take that guy and throw him in the trunk and drop him into the ocean. That was just crazy, man. You got to steal the cars. I like that one. Trevor and the other guy, Michael's friend, gets into that conversation in the truck. I could not stop laughing. Trevor goes into this whole story about how he met Michael. Yeah, Michael. Make sure I get this right. Yeah, Michael. Franklin's the black guy. Yeah, how he met Michael. How him and Michael became friends. And that story he told, man, I think freaking Franklin's boy at the end of the day was the only one that could talk to Trevor that way. And Trevor didn't try to kill him because he was messing with him in the truck. He said, "Oh, did it hurt?" I'm like, wow. Oh, man. What was his name? Franklin's friend in Grand Theft Auto. Michael Franklin, Franklin was back. I remember that. Let's see. I remember what that guy's name was. Lamar. That's what it was. His name was Lamar. Lamar's messing with Trevor in the truck. Oh, I was crying. Man, he was messing with it. Oh, did it hurt? I'm surprised they didn't try to kill him because Trevor has a really bad temper. Have you seen that when you end the game? And these little things will pop up. You ever go explore those? I did. You get a chance to meet Trevor's mother. Now you see why Trevor is Trevor, who he is. Because his mother is a mess. She is a mess. Yeah, that's the reason why he's so messed up in the head. He was abused. He was really messed up. When you meet his mother. Oh man, I missed this so much. I just don't like when they did the online version. The online version, it sucked. And the reason why, because they made it too realistic. And the reason why I play video games most of the time is just sometimes I need to get out of my world and go into another world, you know, so you can do stuff that you normally can't do in the real world. But when you start putting in insurance for cars, and I literally had somebody yell at me because I bumped into their car. Are you kidding me? It's GTA. You ever play GTA 3 online? Oh, it was a freaking circus in there. It was unfreaking believable. It was all free for all. Everybody was wiping on everybody. Most fun I've had in my entire life. You ain't worry about bumping into someone's car. Just go get another one. But no, in the new GTA, the other one they had with the insurance and all that stuff, and you got to pay for this and taxes and all that stuff, literally, you just pretty much took the real world and put it in there and made it a nightmare. Because it is just a freaking headache. I can't stand it. People get upset when you hit them. I used to be to walk up and sucker punch people, and you can't even do that now because they get upset and get angry. What did you do? Why'd you hit me for? Are you kidding me? That's like saying I'm sorry for shooting somebody in Call of Duty. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to snipe you from a distance and all. You all right about that? Okay. Oh, my bad. Here, I'm going to transfer you with some Xbox Live points. You don't have to cry about it. Really? That's what it feels like now when I play it. If you played GTA 3, no, it was a was it 4? It was 4. So I got it wrong. It was 4. Let me see. 4 was the Russian, right? GTA 4. Yes. Yes. Best GTA online ever. Best one. If you played that one. All out, free for all. I used to love setting my maps up. You could set them up. When I set the maps up, I put the cops on. But again, you gotta have some fun at the end of the day. It's better than being chased by police at the same time. You could set up the maps like all rocket launchers only. So we'd be in the park, all rocket launchers only. Man, people were coming again like, ah, who the freak set this up? I'm like, me. Like, oh my goodness, all rocket launchers? All right, giddy up. And you just see explosions going on all over the map. They was in there getting it in. Was another one. You could change the weather. We used to go play in the prison. Knives only in the fog. What was the other one? Airport. Sniper weapons only. Oh man, we had a ball, man. We had a ball. We had a ball in there. Man, it was a good game. You could go in there, you can manipulate the maps on how you wanted them. But that rocket launcher dip in the park, it was like Call of Duty in there, man. These explosions going up every 5 minutes. Get in the car, gone. Anything you do, you got blasted for. But it was hilarious. So much fun. Now, yeah. People get upset when you hit them. People get upset when you blow up their cars and destroy this and destroy that. That's why trolls were going there and just tearing stuff up because they were getting tired of it. We were modding giant Godzillas and stuff like that. I would do. Grand Theft Auto is about chaos and destruction. That's the whole fun thing about the game. When I used to drive around that game, I had people that were afraid to scratch their cars while they're driving. Are you kidding me? I can just get another one. I used to literally go across because it was a car dealership. They had the cars on display. They would spin around. These beautiful cars they had, the Lamborghinis, that's what they had in there. And I used to go in there and I used to drive a car and crash right through the store, grab another car right out the other window and just take off. But I park cars in the worst way, literally in the worst way, because it can get another one. I drive on the highway and just jump off the side of the highway and crash the car into some wall or something, get out and go, okay, we're here. That's how I drive at the end of the day. Helicopters and all that stuff, why not? Cut down low on the street and go on a bridge at the end of the day. Hey, if you crash, you just get another one. You're going to come back anyway and pop up at the hospital. That's what I loved about GTA. Man, I missed that part. I hope they do that with this one. I hope they do a Buck Wild online because I'll definitely play. But people getting upset because you hit their car, you steal their car and all that crazy stuff. Really? Because you got to pay for insurance and all that stuff. Y'all made it too realistic. Please don't do that, man. Just making it all fast death match and all that crazy stuff. So we can have some fun in there. Because if we're showing up playing online and I get possession of a rocket launcher, yeah, I am definitely taking up everything in the process. I remember we used to play these games, the map in GTA 5, I remember, sorry, 4. I remember a bunch of us, we started playing these games. So you do the death matches every once in a while, but we get a whole bunch of people in, and we would start at the first spawn point of the game. And the person who gets to the Statue of Liberty first gets a free Xbox Live, either points or membership, whatever. But people would buy them, and then what they would do is they put the codes in, and if you basically got there first, so transfer the code over to you, that means you got points or you got free Xbox Live, whatever you want. And that's what we would do. We'd have these games. So that's how we would set it up. The people were joining our lobby just to get these games and get the points and stuff like that. But the object was you had to get to the Statue of Liberty for the first one there in order to be able. And there was somebody over there waiting already for you to come through. To make sure that they could identify that was the person who basically came first. And man, it'd be all out war. People would do anything, man. They'd blow your cars up, run you over, go to the military base, come back with tanks, helicopters, all kinds of stuff to make sure they got there first. Blow up boats, whatever. But you had to be the first one to get there. That's the most fun I've had in my life, man. I did a couple of games like that. You right on. You start up the level, you name it, and you put down prize, Xbox Live for 1 year membership. Last man standing. They're like, wait a minute, wait, that's true. Wait, that's real. Yeah. You get to the Statue of Liberty first for anybody else, and we'll transfer the codes over to you. We'll transfer those numbers over to you. And man, they go, oh bet. Lobby be filled up in no time at all. Shit, I paid for people's memberships so they can stay on. Got some people then they couldn't afford to keep the Xbox Live on. I made plenty of money. I was working in computers. I made a ton of money, so I made a little extra bread. I go buy some. I right across the street from GameStop. Go right over there. I got discounts over there because I bought a lot of stuff from them. I get some money free Xbox Live for a year. They can continue the game. And some people basically couldn't. They get that membership, that first couple of months you get, they run out and they, parents don't want to pay for it. So I was like, no problem here. Drop the code in. Here you go. Because it's an Xbox. You look at it, it's your family at the end of the day. It's your gaming family at the end of the day. So, people are part of my group. And if you need membership or whatever you need at the end of the day, I'll pay for it and send it right over to you. And skin off my nose. I'm loving this 50 lumens. This is 50 lumens. So the projector we got coming in the Dell, the little small one, that's 500 lumens. The other one we got coming in the Philips, so we're going to be doing for theater on the go. They're 200 lumens to 150 lumens. So it's going to be the run perfect on here. All right, people, we've had some fun. Talked about some gaming back, and I hope the GTA. I haven't watched any of the trailers for GTA 6, none of them, because I'm not. I'm gonna wait till it comes out, then I'll watch, and I'll play the game. I just don't want to get hyped up because sometimes they change things along the way, and eventually it might get pushed back. I don't mind they push it back. I really don't. At least it's done right. You know what I mean? I'll take that any day. Get a game that launches is horrible. You got to bring out another Fable. You got to bring. I love Fable. I hope they bring another Fable. That was a good game. If you haven't played Fable, you missed out. You can go back and play it, but Fable was freaking amazing. Fable 2 was good. Fable 3, not so much. But Fable 1 and Fable 2 were amazing. I did beat it when I was evil, and I beat when I was good. I collected all 100% gargoyles, and man, you could just find the weirdest stuff on that game. And I like how the seasons changed on that game. The seasons would change, like something that was there 1 minute wouldn't be there when you came back. And you had to travel, you travel in this game, but you would come back and like the farm wouldn't be there. Remember they had this pond out there, huge lake out there, and I was going past it on my journey. And I come back a couple years later because it literally had a clock in the thing. Your same clock as your time, it had it in there. It would go by that time. A little bit, but maybe a little faster. But anyway, I'll come back and the lake seasons had changed. The lake wasn't there anymore. But there was a cave there. There was a cave that I wouldn't have been able to see because the lake was there. So I went in the cave, found some interesting stuff. But I think one of the most crazy things I've seen, the Bloodstone was pretty nice because Bloodstone, no matter how many people you killed, your energy would keep going up. But I remember in the woods, I remember because bandits would attack you out in the woods. But I remember out in the woods, I was chasing these bandits, and I came across this small farm. And then the small farm was basically inhabited by goblins. So I killed all the goblins and looking for the owners, and the owners are not there. But I'm finding notes about the guy who owned the cottage was like an expert in weapons. He had this insane shotgun. The problem is the shotgun was in the basement with the leader of these goblins. This really big goblin was down there. So you had to kill him to get to the gun. So I made sure I got to that Bloodstone first, because again, you get that bit of immortality. And yeah, I was able to go and kill that thing and got that shotgun. And man, that shotgun was like, man, you start going to levels that you would never go at because you got a more powerful gun, start blowing things away left and right. Like, oh yeah, remember me? Boom. Yeah. That was pretty interesting. And then they had the one with the little girl, the castle, or the bed, that freaking haunted bed. And that little girl would pop up in your dreams. Ooh, that was freaky. I don't know what. Man, that was freaky. All right, people, we had a nice long talk here. Hope you enjoyed it. And let me see. I'm loving this 50. This is going to be changed out pretty soon because we're going to be getting the Dells in pretty soon. I want to get a couple of Dells. I'm going to leave about 10, maybe 20 of these old Pico projectors. I'm going to test them out on our products because I want to start doing more portable screens, more portable setups. We got the RV, They already contacted me about a couple of weeks ago. I went down there and dropped off business cards for me to go in and show off our technology over there for those RVs, and also too to do a couple of demonstrations in those in the RVs, which we need for our demonstrations. Love that. It pushes out one end and comes out the other. It remains black at all times. All right, people. Hope you enjoyed. I got to go. Thank you for your time, and God bless. And of course, if it weren't for our Lord and Savior, none of this would exist. We give all glory to God. Because if it weren't for Him, like I said, we wouldn't have any of this stuff at all, period. So everything comes from God.